Approved.
Which can be as a result, we spoke about it, it's not a punishment for the sake of punishment, it's rather poranut, which the Mishnah's poranut means there is it's a measure for a measure. It's paid, a person is getting paid according to what he deserves. And likewise, communities and the nation. So we're talking about if people are miss some of the agricultural laws and they miss doing it, so nature does respond accordingly. This is one of the principles. It's called midah keneged midah, a measure for a measure. Now we are moving to completely a different thing, which is talking about rather characteristic of a human being, the nature of a person or different nature of different persons. How is it being defined? And we'll discuss it. The Mishnah says, Arba midot ba'adam. There are 4 attitudes of relationship among men. 1, האומר שלי שלי ושלך שלך. A person that treats his friend in the following way, he said, mine is mine, and yours is yours. זו מידה בינונית. This is a medium attitude. ויש אומרים, and some say that this is the attitude of Sdom. זו מידת סדום. So we have to discuss what is מידה בינונית and what is מידת סדום. So this is the second. And then we have שלי שלך ושלך שלי. A person said, each of us will have שלי שלך, mine belongs to you, you can have a benefit from mine, and in the same sense, שלך שלי. What belongs to you should also be mine is yours and yours is mine. This is called Amaretz. Is Amaretz, the translation says ignoramus. We'll see what it is. Then, שלי שלך ושלך שלך. Chassid. If a person's attitude is, mine is yours, and yours is yours, this is a pious man, which says, you can take whatever you want from me, and I don't take anything from you. We'll discuss what does it mean. And then the last one, שלך שלי ושלי שלי. A person said, what belongs to mine is mine, and yours is also mine. Rasha. This is a wicked person. So we have got here two extremes and things in the middle. The one extreme, which the Mishnah calls Chassid, a pious person, he prepares to give away whatever he has got for for a friend, without expecting or taking anything in exchange from his friend. This is שלי שלך ושלך שלך. What belongs to me is free for you, and what belongs to you should be yours. There are very clear demarcation of property, of belongings. So this is what we can say, one extreme way of piety. The other extreme is the negativity, when a person says, שלך שלי ושלי שלי. Yours is mine. In other words, a person says, I should be able to take things from you, and mine is mine, and I don't give anything in exchange. What belongs to me will remain mine. So this is Rasha, wicked. In between, we have the one that says, mine is mine and yours is yours, which is called a medium. What is a medium? Means it is none of the extreme. Everyone has got his, and we don't mix in. Each one of them, each of us will look after himself. However, here comes surprisingly, ויש אומרים, now they maintain that this is very, very negative, the midat sdom. A person to have such attitude, although that it seems that he doesn't take anything from anybody else, he just protecting himself, his property, and he said to friend, you have yours. Nevertheless, they are holding that this will be a very, very bad kind of personality who called it midat sdom. This was a behavior of people in Sodom and Amorah, which of course the Torah says that they are very wicked people. So we will have to understand, how can it be that according to one opinion, it's considered a medium, and there are one opinion, this is midat sdom, a terrible kind of thing. And then, when the person says, שלי שלך, ושלך שלי, you know, it's we share. You can take mine, and I will, שלך, and I can take yours. So in other words, this will be kind of a communal thing. We call it Am Haaretz. The Am Haaretz, usually we call a person that is not a scholar, the person that is ignoramus, we don't know if it meant as a negative or just. So let's go. So the first one, ונעשה שלי שלי ושלך שלך, we are separating yours is yours, mine is mine. So we said this is something medium. In other words, it's not extreme, it's not a pious. On the other hand, it's not wicked. You don't take anybody and anybody else, and you respect the property, the belongings of your friend, and he will respect yours. Some want to say, as we said, that this is Midat Sdom. This is something that people on Sdom behaved. What happened in Sdom? And Sdom, the Gemara says, that they didn't allow a person or a stranger who came from outside to have any benefit from their belonging or property. There is a term in the Gemara, זה נהנה וזה לא חסר. If a person has got things which somebody else can enjoy and will not cause any loss, any damage, any shortage to the person, if you allow to somebody else will benefit it. So then the Gemara calls it Midat Sdom. This is the people are in Sdom behaved. We'll come to it to discuss it a little bit further. Now, we see the Rambam, he actually makes a point in a couple of places that any kind of extremes is not good. Even if the person is doing something in extreme good, the Rambam doesn't say that it is a way that people should be extreme. The Rambam said, I think I mentioned a couple of times before, the right way is what you said, the middle way. He called it the golden way. Not extreme. Sometimes the Rambam says, if a person sees that he is using the balance and instead of being balanced, is declining to the wrong way, in order to return to the balance, a person should become extreme to the other side in order to go in balance. For instance, let's say a person is a miser. He's got a bad thing. He would give, let's say, to somebody else, but he does do it not because he is willing to do it. He does it because he's forced to do it. Either he's forced because there is a mitzvah to do, or he doesn't do it because he doesn't like to do it. Then, of course, this is no good. So he needs to balance back and to be over generous. If he feels that this is what he feels that he is like a miser, he should do more than the middle, go to the extreme, be over generous in order to put yourself back to be in the equal side. So this is one way of to be in the middle. You שלי שלי, שלך שלך, no extremism. I do things. However, when a person says, can be, if he says, mine will be yours, שלי שלך, ושלך שלי, seems to be like we live in like this is like communism, and some commentators speak about it. We know that a person naturally he like to achieve, he like to grow, and therefore he's got ambition. So there's nothing wrong if you accumulate things. However, you have to do it to share with others. And then when he says, שלי שלך ושלך שלי, what is mine is yours and yours is mine, he call it עם הארץ. עם הארץ it can mean part of a thing, not taking any side, bad or good. This is how usually society works. You share. This is the one way to look at it. Others say no. This is like kind of communism that you are forced that as if there is no private property, everything is going to be shared. You could say that this is also not a good middle, not a good quality, because you are taking away the ambition or the desire to do things, to grow, to make. You just don't, you are not active. So it's also, some say, no. Others say, no, this is the normal thing when people, עם הארץ means not taking any side or attitude how to evaluate it, just making a comment that this is what usually do. There, everybody looks after himself, and So this is the first one. You said, Sheli, Sheli, Veshelcha, Shelcha. Mine is mine and yours. Everybody looks at yourself, which is Midah Benonit, the medium. However, then can be also Midat Sdom. Because if you just say, what is mine and mine, I'm protecting myself, I'm not prepared to share with somebody of need, somebody that is needy, a poor person. There is a charity. That's not good to say, Sheli, Sheli, mine is mine. This is something that I earned, I don't have to give away. This is, therefore, some people say, such attitude, this is attitude of Sdom. Again, Sif says that we are sharing, Sheli, Shelcha, Veshelcha, Sheli. This is sharing. This, as I said, this is usually the right thing that people do act, that sharing, but others say, no, this still not desirable because it's like forced. You're a forced attitude, a forced behavior on a person's, because a person's nature is to have his own thing and to share, not to say, no, I haven't got anything of mine, which is more like communism. It belongs, whatever we have belongs to the common, to the society. So therefore they say, call it Amaretz, which is ignoramus or something which is not recommended. Of course, we understand the last one, when a person says, Sheli, Sheli, Veshelcha, Sheli, I'm looking after myself, or my possession, my property, nobody can touch. However, I can take yours. This is like kind of stealing, that you take something which doesn't belong to you. You said, whatever belongs to you is mine, I can take it. And this is like stealing. And doesn't matter. You don't have, even if you do it with the consent of the owner taking his hand, but this is not, this is how a wicked person behaves. This is like you are envy and you want to take the benefit and to enjoy from somebody else, while you yourself are not prepared to share and not to give. So some say also depends on circumstances. When we say Sheli, 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 Veshelcha, Shelcha, that everybody, every possession, what belongs to me, belongs to me, what belongs to you. This is good, like you are dealing with two people, let's say, are wealthy people. Then they can have such attitude to say, each one will look after himself, and it could be that it's normal, there is no negativity. However, if a person who are not in the same social level or can afford the thing. And even he said there is a friend who is poor, is doesn't have the same level of income or standard of living, and he needs them. And you say, what is mine, yours and yours, which means you don't think to help him. This is Midat Dom. This Dom, that you're looking after yourself without taking any consideration the need of the people, of other people who cannot afford. But also, it could be, one commentator says that sometimes when you make such attitude, when you say mine is mine and yours is yours, which you say I don't take and I don't give, but you like you make a condition. I'm not giving you unless I can take from you. And therefore say such a condition is not good. And this is why I say to some, it's Midat Dom. You don't make such condition. And then, yes, there is an interesting one point that says, V'yesh omrim. Usually, yesh omrim say means others say, other opinion, the Midat Dom. So interesting comment who says, depends. If you are talking about two individuals and making such arrangement, mine is mine and yours is yours, okay, this is a normal way that people behave. But yesh omrim, if you live in a society that the society itself, in general, yesh omrim, general people of the society have such attitude by saying mine is mine and yours is yours, this shows that you are actually this is like I was Dom, a society like that, this was Dom, that people live in such a bad social structure that the people just look after themselves in general, without accommodating, without allowing those that needs to be helped. You are not prepared. They are not prepared. This is Dom. These are people in Dom there. And obviously, the Mishnah wants to teach us how a person should adopt the right attitude in a social structure. The best would be the Hasid, piety, the famous person that not only he does what is right by saying you can.
Harav, you got about a minute left.
The piety means that you do more than what is expected. You are prepared to not only to share, you share without actually getting any benefit out of it. This is piety which desirable. So these are the four personalities with the Mishnah here in Pirkei Avot, and let us that we can adopt the ways how to deal with things. And I take this opportunity to wish all of you Shana Tova, and good Gesundheit, sweet year, and the Gesundheit, that is important of Gesund. And Mirza Hashem will meet again next year, Tuesday, Lineda.
Yeah,
Thank
Shana
you,
Tova
Rabbi.
to everyone.
Shana Tova,
Yeah.
Shana Tova. Have a
Shana
good
Tova,
year,
everybody should have a
healthy year.
good year, healthy year, and a
God.
big
Please, God.
shiur. And Reb, you should be healthy and well.
Healthy. This one.
Everybody.
We have to be
Amen.
healthy.
Shana Tova to all.
Shana
Shana
Tova to all.
Tova, everybody.
Thanks, and to your intercessor also, Buva. And
Thank
Rabbi,
you.
thank you very much. Yishkach.
Shana Tova, good news.
Yeah.